Honey, what is this bill? What bill? What are you talking about? It says we owe $600,000 in development fees for the solar panels. $600,000? That's impossible. We just leased our land. I'm a 75-year-old farmer who spent my entire life working the land in rural Kansas. I can't sleep at night anymore. My life savings vanished overnight. And now I'm drowning in debt I never saw coming. A few years ago, I joined a solar energy program, heavily promoted by the government. They promised stable income for 20 years. The government backed it, so I thought it was safe. It was fall 2019. I was staring at my 200-acre farm, feeling my age. My knees hurt, my back ached, and crop prices kept falling. My daughter kept telling me to retire. Mom, please stop. You're not getting any younger. How long can you keep doing this? She wasn't wrong, but farming was all I knew. Giving it up felt like losing part of myself. Then our county supervisor came by with an exciting opportunity. Ma'am, the government is promoting solar farm programs. Have you considered leasing your land for solar panels? It's part of the Green New Deal initiative. Solar panels? How does that work? Companies install solar panels on your land. They sell the electricity to the grid, and you get paid rent. Much better than farming, and it's guaranteed income. I was skeptical at first. Making money from sunshine? It sounded too good to be true. The government is backing this program, so it's completely safe. Plus, they guarantee stable income for 20 years. Perfect for folks our age, right? Farming income goes up and down. But this is steady money every single month. That night, I couldn't sleep, thinking about the possibilities. What if I could finally stop being a burden to my kids? A week later, they held an information session at the community center. Government officials came to explain everything. Ladies and gentlemen, farming alone isn't enough anymore. But with solar energy, you can earn 2.6 times more than traditional farming. We're talking about $300,000 per year from a 200-acre plot. Is that really possible? Absolutely. You just provide the land. The solar company handles all installation costs. You don't pay a penny up front. It sounded like a dream. No upfront costs and stable income? What could go wrong? Other farmers in the community were equally excited. 20 years guaranteed? Our retirement is solved. Finally, my kids won't have to worry about me. That evening, I told my husband the good news. Honey, I think we can finally relax. Really? That sounds too good to be true. The government is running it. It must be legitimate. A few days later, I signed the papers. The documents were complicated, full of legal jargon I didn't understand. But the officials were so helpful and reassuring. I trusted them. By spring 2020, solar panels covered my land. Hundreds of black panels lined up in perfect rows. It looked like something from the future. The best moment was when they started generating electricity in June 2020. I watched the numbers climb on the monitor screen. How much will this make per day? On a sunny day, about $1,000 worth of electricity. $1,000 a day meant $30,000 a month, $360,000 a year. More money than I'd ever made farming. The first few months were incredible. Every month, $25,000 appeared in my bank account like clockwork. Honey, another $25,000 came in this month. This is amazing. I can't believe how easy this is. But in 2022, things started going wrong. The payments began shrinking. First $20,000, then $15,000, then $10,000. Why is it decreasing? I called the company. Ma'am, electricity prices have dropped. Also, there's something called curtailment. What's curtailment? When the grid produces too much solar energy, they tell us to shut down. There's an oversupply now. That made no sense. Wasn't clean energy supposed to be good? Worse, some days the panels produced nothing at all, even in bright sunshine. There's a curtailment order today. We can't generate power. Then in 2023, the real nightmare began. A letter arrived from the county. I couldn't understand the legal language, so I called my daughter in California. Mom, this is serious. It's about land development fees. Development fees? I thought the company handled everything? No, Mom. As the landowner, you're responsible. How much are we talking about? My daughter's voice trembled. About $600,000. My world collapsed. $600,000? How could I possibly pay that? I wasn't alone. At the community center, I learned that every farmer who joined the program faced the same crisis. Some owed $400,000, others over $800,000. Our small farming community collectively owed over $8 million. We confronted the solar company. You never told us about these fees. Ma'am, development fees are the landowner's responsibility. It's in the contract. Why didn't you explain this clearly? The regulations changed. We didn't anticipate these costs either. We went to county officials. This is a legal requirement. When you convert agricultural land to commercial use, development fees apply. But you promoted this program. You said it was safe. We provided information about the program. Individual contract terms weren't our responsibility. We hired lawyers and filed a class action lawsuit. After 2 years, we won. The judge ruled the company failed its duty to disclose material costs. But victory was hollow. The company had declared bankruptcy. The executives disappeared. There was no money to collect. I had to take out a reverse mortgage on my house. At 75, I'm now in debt for the first time in my life. Paying interest I can barely afford. Later, we discovered the truth. Nationwide, there were 276 cases of solar investment fraud. Of 500 solar companies operating in rural America, 150 were shell companies that vanished after a few years. The government knew solar energy was being overproduced as early as 2019. They knew about the development fee issues, but they pushed the program anyway to meet renewable energy targets, leaving us to deal with the consequences. If someone offers you an investment opportunity, please be careful. Read every contract with family members. Be suspicious of guarantees. Never rush important decisions. Talk to people you trust. If you've been scammed, don't suffer in silence. Report it to the Federal Trade Commission and your state's Consumer Protection Office. Solar energy itself is good technology, but good technology can be weaponized by bad people to hurt innocent folks. I hope my story prevents even one person from experiencing this nightmare. Thank you for listening. Stay healthy and look out for each other.